Hello. Welcome. We will get started here in just a moment. Happy Sunday. Welcome. We are going to get started here in just a moment. I am going to give the room just a little bit of time to build. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Lucinda. Roslyn, happy Sunday. Welcome. Hello, Florentine Quack. Hi, Mrs. Q. All right, you ladies, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I am going to give you, hi, Sunflowerish, 5 tips tonight to help you get started with organization. But because I know this is going to be a full video, hello, Samantha. I'm not probably going to have time in the end to go back and recap. So I'm going to wait until we have about 20-25 people in the room, and then I'm going to get started. Hi, Ingrid. Okay, Mrs. Q, be safe. I'm going to wait until we have about 20-25 people in the room. Hi, Shirley. And then I am going to get started. You may need pen and paper for this one. Hi, Diva 9000. But, you know, less information than we had last week. So you may or may not want to get pen and paper. Just go ahead. Save yourself some time because I'm going to give some information, a couple of SKUs and places where you can find things. So just go ahead, grab pen, paper, and we're going to go through 5 organization tips this evening to help you with your accessory organization. So it was just about this time last year when the tribe was at the start of its frustration with Dooney and Berg and the lack of what I'm going to call new things. Hi, DJ King. Welcome. We were at the point of our, that start of frustration where boxes were being dinged up and knocked around. Hello, Heartstring. We were at the point where there were not any new colors or accessories that seemed to be coming out, and vowed that in the new year, right, the year that we are sitting 9.5 months in, almost in 2019, that this was going to be the year of twofold. Does anybody remember the 2 things that we said we were going to do this year? Hi, Rhonda. Anybody in the chat? I may be losing the live. I think I'm just getting top chat. Let me move to live. All right. So does anybody remember the 2 things that we pledged that we were going to do in 2019 after we were kind of frustrated and over Dooney last year? DJ King said we were going to go to the island and drink. Maybe that's a way of saying it, but we didn't use those words. Diva, what did we agree that we were going to do this year? What did we pledge we were going to do? We said that we were going to, explore other brands because we needed to step up our accessory games. And we were going to enjoy our collections. Hello, Sonja. And by that, it was get organized so that you could see everything that you have so that you really could enjoy your collection. How many of you have explored other brands this year? Just me in the chat. Or explore. You ventured out and tried some other things this year. Where are those people? All right, so Samantha ventured out and explored some other brands. Y'all know I did because I was die hard, nothing but Dooney other than some randomness that crept into my collection. But we all said that, okay, Dooney's not giving us what we wanted, so we said we were going to explore other brands, particularly around accessories. And we also said we were going to curate our closets. Not like rummage through the sea of blue bags to figure out where that one piece is, or not have boxes and boxes sitting in corners. But in order to curate your closet, you got to be able to see it, right? Boutique style or some sense of organization, and being able to go in and pick and choose and effectively use what you have. So, this is 9 months into the year, and I have done number one with ease. Y'all, I got accessories and nooks and crannies and parts and corners and in every place that they probably should not be. So it's time for me at this point to pull the plug, because I literally have until December the 31st to try to get something that resembles organization. And before you ask, organization, in my opinion, is something very personal, which is why I'm only giving tips today. Maybe it will spark your imagination and help you figure out what will work for you. But I have, and some of y'all may be upset, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I have no plans of doing like a room tour once my organization is done, right? So I just believe that what I do here is in front of the camera, and whether it's organized or it's absolute mayhem on the backside of the camera, that's for me, right? So meeting and greeting with the ladies, we have exchanged numbers and we share pictures and talk through ideas and so forth. And that's the beauty of the tribe. So if you've been here for 1 month or 9 months or a year or longer, and you've not connected with someone that you can chat with, talk with, DM with, to talk about, what do you think about this size, this bag, this color, this accessory, then I'm not saying you're missing out on, the tribe, but what I'm saying is you're missing out on building a friendship, right? So you find so many other things that are of interest, and you can help each other make decisions or talk each other into or out of certain purchases, because 2 heads or 10 heads or 30 heads, 37 right now of us in here, is better than one person thinking about it. So if you were excited to see tonight's topic, I'd like for you to give a thumbs up, because there's 37 of you in here. So clearly you're interested about the topic, or you want to see what color bra strap I had on tonight. I don't know. There are all kinds of people that creep into live streams. But I'm going to share with you 5 organization tips. These tips may not work for everyone, but what I will promise you is that I am only at about $60 in for the 5 tips that I'm going to tell you tonight for organization. If you are here because you think I'm going to talk about purse organization, that is much further down the road. I have not gotten there yet. It is baby steps in getting started. So, what I will also ask my tribe sisters to do throughout the live stream tonight is to share their handles on Instagram, because I'd like for you to go over either during the live or afterwards, because it'll make more sense after, like later in the live. But I want you to go over and check out some of the pictures where they have curated their closets with their accessories. And once we kind of talk through tonight, and then you go over to Instagram and look at their Instagram, my Instagram, and see, what inspiration you get, I think you'll have a better appreciation for the first 10 minutes of tonight's live, which is the setup. So we are at 10 minutes in. The first organization tip that I have is, if earlier this year you were caught up, swept up in the frenzy of the MK purse straps. If you shop till you dropped while I was at the Mall of America in Minneapolis, if you ordered shoulder straps, replacement straps, if you called, and Lord knows, Kimberly Mine, Sonja Covington, and DJ King, y'all, we called from the rooter to the tutor to track down the straps that were missing in our collections. And I'll be dang if I wasn't going through the day and realized that I still am missing two straps. So, if you got caught up in that frenzy, because that's exactly what it was, straps ran anywhere from $20, $25 on the high end if you were getting like the genuine snake and so forth and got it on a week when MK was not having an additional percentage off sale online or in store. You might have paid $25. On the low end, the cheapest ones were $5. I ended up with an MK bag that had straps in it. And as boxes came in, I took them out of the boxes and threw them over in the bag. And that poor MK bag started leaning over to the side and it started getting tore and ripped. And as straps were coming in, I just put more and 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 more straps in there. And as of today, 46 straps, and I ordered my 47th one today. So I'm going to give you that tip if you missed out on one of the straps because it was full price when the strap frenzy was going on. So you may need your cart together, but it'll only cost you $10 plus whatever your sales tax is. There were others of you that said that you kept them in a big box and they were just kind of thrown in the way the Michael Kors essays brought them out of the back rooms at times. There were others of you that just said they're just in a corner. I just got a pile of straps, right? If you have that and you have not figured out how to organize them, I have a $1 organization tip for you. And I think for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this loaded down with 46 straps. The 47th one I will add later. So it is from Dollar Tree, out of the home organization area of the store. They have an over-the-door hook system. Has 6 individual hooks on it, and the purse straps work perfectly on it. I have HB straps. I have my Dooney replacement straps. I have most of all my MK straps, long ones and the little mini bag straps. $1 Dollar Tree. On the back of the door, in the inside, I have been able to get 46 straps on there. I ordered my 47th strap today, and as I am talking to you, I realize that I have my 48th strap. Where did I take it out of here? Anyway, I got a chain strap for replacement. I don't know where I just stuck that. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of finagling, but anywhere, depending on the hardware, because y'all know the hardware on the Dooney straps is a bit chunkier. So I would say anywhere from about 45 to 50 straps, you would be able to get on those hooks on the back of the door, up, organized so that you can see them. It looks like a little, MK boutique. And if for some reason you don't like the white, maybe you're going with a color story in your organization, which is fine. Get the $1 one, go to Walmart or Target or Lowe's or Home Depot, find a can of spray paint in the color of your choice, Spray that bad boy down, let it dry, put a clear coat over it if you want to, and then hang it up and get your straps organized. $1. We are $1 in right now for organization, and you can store anywhere from 45 to 50 of your purse straps, different brands, all brands, same brands, $1 in to get those straps up and out of the way. I got sick of the floor, the corner with the bag. I got sick of seeing it. So I'm going to send a huge, huge, huge thank you to all of my tribe sisters that have heard me talk about this strap idea. And the biggest thank you to my tribe sister, Mocha Cream, who the other night sent me a picture of her straps organized. And that is the one thing that tipped me over the edge. And I said, today is the day. I'm going to Dollar Tree. I'm going to get one. Maybe I should have gotten two. And I may go back and get a second one. But for now, I have them all up there. What I would like to do is add another one so that I can get them a little bit more organized. But all of them up and out of the way behind the door is still so much better than the chaos that was accumulating on the floor with the torn Michael Kors bag, because there was so much weight and I was literally just tossing things in there as they came. Some were loose, some were wrapped in plastic, some of them had the where the store had, kind of tried to rebelt them with tissue paper around the center. They shipped all different kinds of ways. Y'all, I felt like, okay, getting started is the hardest thing to do when it comes to purse and handbag organization. You got to get started somewhere. Part of the reason I'm also not going to share is because you may start with one thing and then decide, I'm going to switch and do something else, or this hook doesn't work for me, or my collection is shrinking or growing and I need to change. It needs to evolve. And I don't find myself, I'm not going to continue to do like storage update videos. This is kind of going to be a one and done for me. But that's the hook. Let me tell you though, some of the struggles that I encountered as I was considering which over-the-door hook. Because let me tell you, I found some over-the-door hooks that were like $30 and $40 that I was absolutely in love with. I thought they would add to the decor of, me overhauling this space. But they would not work. And now my straps are up because I could have grabbed one. But the clasp on the end, some of them were too wide. Some of them were too decorative. Some of them have like those little ball knobs on the end of the J, right? So you've got to be mindful that not every strap has the same clasp or closure on the end, and to be able to easily get those off without having to take 5 straps off before you could get to the 6th one. So making sure that when you are looking, is the clasp going to clear whatever hardware that J is made out of so that you can easily get those straps off and on? I looked at all different kinds, and the more I looked and the closer I looked at pictures, and as I looked at the hardware on those straps, I realized that some of them, although they were gorgeous, were not going to work for the purpose that I had intended to use it for. I'm not telling you that you can't find something that costs more than $1. You do you in your organization system. But what I found that has worked beautifully is $1 from Dollar Tree. That's it. It keeps them out. It keeps them visible. It uses space that is not currently being used. They are not out so that everybody that walks in the house can see them. But when I am in, the vault space, I can see those. When I'm changing purses, I can see that. So, $1 Dollar Tree over-the-door hook to get all of the straps from the strap frenzy, tongue-tied, up and out of the way in some resemblance of organization. So that is tip number 1. Now, in the chat, what I'd like to see is how many of you have not yet organized your straps and what ideas you have for organizing them. Let's share tonight if the $1 over the door 6 hook storage solution from Dollar Tree is not your thing, isn't something that you're looking to do. I'd like to see some of the other organization ideas. I saw one that's using dividers in a drawer, so they have them, kind of coiled up and in there. Like that idea. I don't think I have a drawer that would allow for nearly 50 straps to be organized in a drawer for me. So that one, again, organization is personal, right? It's personal to your collection. That option wouldn't work for me in my collection just based on the number of straps that I have, because I would want individual wells if I were doing that. I'd want to be able to pull them all out at one time and see, everything at one time. But what are some of the other ideas that you have for straps? Strap organization. Or if you like this one, just type like if you are in the comments if that one works for you. Okay, that's good call out, Diva. So she says that the Dollar Tree one won't work for her because she has a glass door in her bedroom. I did see some, Diva, not trying to deter you, but I did see some that have padding on the back. So if you ever decide to change, or if it grows, or whatever, just for those of you, other than Diva, that may have some challenges when it comes to, I don't have a 6 or an 8 panel door, that's not going to work for me. I already have stuff stored on my door, so I'm already utilizing that space. Just kind of chat amongst yourselves in the chat, so that we can kind of help each other with the organization as it relates to the straps. Remember, the hardest thing to do is to just get started. And just getting all of that clutter and that torn bag out of that corner made me feel like I had really accomplished something. And it took me more time to actually drive to Dollar Tree and find the over-the-door hook, stand in line and pay for it, and get back home. It took more time to do that than to actually get it up on the door and to actually get the straps up there. Just get started. Just get started. All right, tip number 2. And this tip is, again, compliments of mocha cream. So, again, Mocha and I were talking, and we are true at heart big bad girls and have not ventured too far, too deep into purse charm territory. We just have not. So when we were discussing how we were planning to organize them, I shared my idea with her, and she said, "Great minds think alike. Let me send you a picture of how I have organized mine." Well, it was yet again over the door hook. She was actually able to get her charms, back charms, and purse straps on the same over the door hook. I will not be able to do that, but I like the idea of getting them up on the wall, much like an old school key hook. Like if, I grew up and there was a place right at our back door where we came in and everybody's keys were hooked there. The key to the lawnmower was up there. The key to the storage building was up there. It was a key central location. So I'd already come back from Dollar Tree by the time we had this part of the conversation, so I was not interested in going back. But I had picked this hook up several years back from IKEA. and it was hanging in my kitchen, and I purchased it with the intention of hanging my kitchen aprons there. And that lasted for all of about 6 months. And then my aprons ended up washed and folded back in the drawer where they originally were before I purchased this thing from IKEA. So I decided I was going to repurpose this hook. This is not an over the door one, but the over the door one will work. But I decided I was going to use this one because it already has like the hardware where you can put the nails or decorative pins or whatever and go in the wall, get it in the studs, and hang these. So hang your bag charms so that you can see them, you can use them, so that you have a designated place so that when you are putting your bags up, you have a place for them to go so that you know where they are the next time you are planning to use a charm. Easy way for you to do an inventory of what you need, what's missing. I don't have a ton of them, but same thing works for over the door. Over the door or on the wall. I also saw necklace organizers will work. There are some over-the-door hooks that in the men's section particularly, where you have, there's the option to get one with hooks for like belts, and it has like a little, it just has a variety of different storage hooks on it that will go on the back of the door, so that if you don't have a large collection, maybe you invest in one piece. Maybe it's not from the Dollar Tree, but maybe you get one that has like a flex organization system, and get your charms up and out and out in your purse space so that you can see your charm, use your charms up out of the way. Right now, I had mine scattered all over the place, no lie. Upstairs, downstairs, on purses, in my filming area, some of them bags and other bags. And what I've been doing is just corralling them as I've been going through my accessories and just throwing them in this bag so that when I get ready to hang them, I have accumulated them all in one place so that when I finally put the nails up, I can hang them on the little rack, and I will have a bag charm station. That's the best I can do. And if you get both of them at Dollar Tree, you are $2 in for organization. All I'm going to say is the hardest part is starting. And once you actually get started, you'll figure out what works for you, what doesn't. You'll decide if you have enough charms. You will see where there may be missing pieces in your collection that you want to add. But that is what Clove 007, I don't have a lot of them. I really don't, because my bags are already heavy, and I don't need a lot of jewelry and extra stuff to weigh my bag down. So I don't have a lot of them. But if there is a place where I would share my collection, it would likely be on Instagram, just because you may have come in later. I don't plan on like doing a filming of my storage or collection or anything like that. So that's the reason I'm just sharing tips for today. So if you ladies like tip number 2, which is organizing your bag charms, if you would just say charm with the number 1, right? You got to figure out some way to get them up and get them out, but charm and the number 1. And if you have not hit the thumbs up for tonight's live stream, I would just ask that you do so as we move on to tip number 3. All right, here's tip number 3. Tip number 3 is clear storage bins. Not like the big ones that you would throw your sweaters in, not like the ones that you would put a duvet cover in, not the one that you may have sitting in your garage that acts as a toolbox if you don't have a toolbox, but a small one that is about 5, maybe 6 quarts. I have picked those up. I have them in my Amazon store, but before you go and check out, I've got a disclaimer for you, so just hold tight, but it is in my Amazon store. And Sandra, will you please cut and paste that link if you have it handy so that it appears in the live chat? So, clear storage boxes, shoe box size. The reason I suggest this one is, one, it's clear, so you can see what you have. The next reason I suggest this one is because it doesn't matter whether you are storing stuff in a closet, on a bookshelf, under a bed, stacking it in a corner, stacking it on top of a bookshelf, putting it in a deep drawer, however you are organizing your system, because again, everybody's space and everybody's collection size is going to be different. It gives you an opportunity to not only get things organized in what I'm going to refer to as a color story, but it also allows for you to see where you may have gaps in your collection and help you to make better strategic accessory purchases. All right? So, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to show you the boxes. This method for me has confirmed for me what I think I already knew, but that doggone DJ King, that Sonja Covington and Kimberly Mines and Carmen Hawkins and Suz Wood and Mrs. Q and My Pursuit of Happiness and Charlie Six and Zori's Finds and everybody else that has helped to support this frenzy, it confirms for me that I don't need any more accessories, particularly red accessories. And we're not going to talk about red accessories tonight, but I want to show you the box first. So I should have taken these things out first. I'm going to show you the box. And, all right. So I picked these up on Amazon in a set of 20. I needed 20 boxes, probably needed a little bit more to get started, but I figured this was a start. And once I figure out what works for me, I can always put shoes in these. I can always repurpose them. I can gift them, to my nephew who has shoes everywhere. At least some of his slides and stuff I think would work in here. But I was not looking for a super expensive solution. So I got these. I will tell you, they have these at Dollar Tree. And if you need more than what they have in store, you can actually purchase these with a white top on DollarTree.com. You can buy them individually. and have them shipped to you or picked up in the store if for some reason your store does not have them. And I'm going to ask DJ King to list the storage number from the Dollar Tree storage boxes. And you can also order them in a case of 48. If you have gone like super accessory rogue, then you may need a case of 48. You may decide that you want to do something different with the way that you organize your accessories, but I decided to do mine in color stories. These are not super duper sturdy. They are not they are little basic boxes, all right? And the tops, if you overstuff them, the tops will not close. But that's usually what happens when you overstuff stuff, right? But I wanted clear tops on mine. I could not find clear tops at Dollar Tree. They only had the white tops or blue tops at Dollar Tree. And I wanted them clear so that I could see from all angles what was in my box. So I'm going to ask DJ King to post the SKU for the ones for Dollar Tree. Sandra Covington has posted the link for the ones in my Amazon store. But this is the box. Clear top, clear sides. They are not super duper thick or anything, but they are working for what I need them for. I have been able to, I'm going to show you just a few accessories that I've been able to get them in. Yesterday, Target had them on sale for 85 or 89 cents. They were the Sterilite ones. They did not have clear tops for them. But that sale ended yesterday. So you may have to just kind of check around, right? So share where you are finding them. I'd almost talk myself into going to IKEA and the Container Store to get these. But let me tell you, this is probably not going to be my permanent solution. But my plan is to either, with my label maker, either do an inventory of what's in this box, or to at least put the color story on the front or on the side or maybe on the top so that I can keep things organized. This method right now is working for me. I don't know if I posted a picture of the organization on Instagram or not, but I did share it with my tribe sisters. If it's not there, I may consider posting that after the live. But this allows me to see what I have and where I have gaps. It also will tell me whether or not I need to pull the plug on a color, or whether I need to start finding solids to match the pieces that I have. So the first thing is, y'all remember this Carrington? It came, I got it during the Shopping and Shots event last year. It is a Carrington. It has like the sunflower print on it. Well, I have the matching Addison that I bought this to go with. And this was inside Addison. Well, if she's inside Addison, the only reason I would be using this is if I'm using Addison. So I decided, I corralled the tassels. She fits into the bin. I have this little Dooney and Burke sailboat, red and yellow. Doesn't match. We're not doing matches. We're getting color stories together. And this is a yellow accessory for me. The next is from my tribe sister Kim. And it has yellow. This will go with yellow. We've paired it if you follow her on Instagram. She has this posted with I think a Cooper. She used it with her Clara. And I think also she's used this with Tegan. But color story, right? So I know what I have in the yellow family. I also have my Dandelion Beacon card case, which I can pair with accessories, right, to kind of finish out the color story. Follow me. All right. And then earlier this year in Accessory Frenzy, because of that doggone DJ King, I pulled the trigger on a light yellow double zip wristlet from Coach. Pale yellow. Now, I don't know that I would need both of these together, but they sure do pair, and I could use them together. Not a dead-on color match, right? But if you're coordinating, it will work. And not that I would need a wristlet and a Carrington at the same time, but if I were maybe using it as a tech case or something like that, then maybe I would pair them together. So it will just give you an opportunity to see what you have, so that when you are shopping, you are not doing what I have done forever, which is purchase a bunch of black and red, because those two boxes are going to have to be consolidated. I'm going to have to order some more or find a different box, because this isn't holding all of my red and black accessories. But I can see what I have. When I'm looking for something, I don't have to open it in order to see what's in here. Easy enough for me to put a color or an inventory on the container. And when I am looking to make a purchase, I know I don't need any more red, right? If I'm going to add anything, maybe it would be a couple of pouches or something to coordinate with the yellow. So you see what you have, works on a bookshelf, under a bed, in a corner, in a closet on a shelf, gives you an opportunity to corral all similar pieces and colors together. 20 of them. Again, I don't want you thinking you're getting super duper sturdy. I needed someplace to corral my things with a top so that they could sit and stack one on top of the other. 20 of them, or you can get them at Walmart or Dollar Tree or Target. Figure out how many you need, but being able to pull things together will help you pull together some of those color stories with your bags. And if you don't believe me, check out my tribe sister again, Sandra Covington, Kimberly Mines, Carmen Hawkins, because these ladies share their bags of the day and matching accessories, etc. on Instagram. So if you are looking for inspiration on getting organized, even if it means putting your straps up and then stacking your color stories in the same corner that you just moved your boxes out of, the hardest thing is getting started, and you will feel so much better when you have things corralled together. So that is tip number, what is that, 3? That is tip 3, I think. That may be 4. I don't know. I think that's tip 4. Yeah, that's tip 4. All right, so I can't count, but that is, oh, here's the next one. These little silica packets, they have been rolling all over the house, different things. Because I was like, why is this laying out? Throw in one of these in here for moisture. Right? These tops are not super tight, so it's going to leave a little bit of air so they can breathe. And that little silica packet in here to help with the moisture. So we've talked about over-the-door hook storage for your straps. We have talked about the clear storage bins for your organization. That's 2. The third one was corralling your bag charms. All right, so number 4. Is that right? Yes. Number 4. All right. Number 4 is another storage option. All right. If you have the large or Big Sister Carrington, if you have the large pouches from Coach, if you have Michael Kors Carrington style pouches, if you have the travel wallets from Coach, if you have the Willis crossbody clutch from Dooney and Burke, if you have random pouches that you have picked up in other places, if you have the pouches that have come in the brown sugar box in the last 12 months, then this is for you. This will not hold, it will not hold the large Big Sister Carringtons. You can get about 3 Alice's in here. You can get, I think I counted 5 Carringtons in here if you alternate with the tassel. So one tassel on this side, and then when you stack the next one, the tassel is on this side, and so on and so forth. I think these will allow you to get 5 or maybe 6 Carringtons in one of these boxes if you decide that you are gonna organize by accessory type as opposed to color story. Everybody's collection is different. We all do different things. I was able to get all of my Beacon card cases in one of these boxes, just kind of stacked and lined up file style. And I was able to also add a couple of MK card cases in here if you decided to do it that way. At the end of the day, I decided that wasn't going to work for me, because that means when I get ready to switch out of a purse and I need to find accessories, if I'm looking for a card case, then that means I got to pull the card case box out. Then when I'm looking for a Carrington, I got to pull the Carrington one out and go through that. And then when I'm looking for, I don't know, a cosmetic or whatever, I'm pulling out 3 or 4 different things when I know that if I'm using something and I'm looking for a particular color, this one would work. But for that list of accessories that I just called out that didn't fit in those boxes, I was looking for something that if I wanted to stack it, I could. Didn't necessarily need a top, so I'm going to have to figure out where I store them and whether or not they're going to need to be dusted. I wanted something that would sit on a shelf, that could slide on under the bed if I needed to, that could stack in a corner if I wanted to. These will all ultimately end up being in a cabinet or in a shelf. But I was thinking, again, not everybody's storage solution is the same. So what can work in multiple collections and multiple storage solutions? And I decided on this container that I found yesterday at Target for, I think it was $7. And I bought 3 of them, and I bought 3 because that's all they had on the shelf. I have in here my Willis clutches, and I'm missing one, so as a placeholder, this is actually a Coach travel wallet. They all fit in here perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have a few more of these from Coach. So likely when I figure out where my last Willis is, I will take this one out, put it in the other bin that will only have Coach accessory travel wallets in it, and put my last Dooney and Burke one in here. But this works. It's not intended for laying on its side, as you can see. So it does need a flat surface to sit on. But they do fit in here perfectly. I didn't have to squeeze them. Zippers are on the sides. It works. But if you're thinking about storing it like this, you may have some problems because the inside of this is slick and they are not going to stay perfectly. So I tried to convince DJ King when she was making her storage run today to go ahead and pick this up. I should have brought in the one that has like all of my bigger pouches in there, but y'all could see I was starting late, and you just need to know that they will fit. They will not fit this way. They fit this way. Okay? All right. So here is the SKU in case you are looking for these on Target.com or you're going to call a store. It is by Made by Design. It is the XL bin with handle, and the color is frosted, Frosted. If you are in this chat and you have not given me a thumbs up, I'm begging for them tonight, because y'all just don't know the stress I have gone through to get this to the point where I could show you just 5 little tips. All right, so they're Made by Design. It is called the extra large bin with handle. The color is frosted. If you care where it's made, it was made in China, and Made by Design is a Target brand. Let me give you the dimensions so that if you have other accessories and you're trying to figure out if it will work or not, you can check the dimensions. It is 6.5 high by 12 inches. So 6.5 by 12. So 6.5 by 12. All right. And I'm going to give you the numbers for the barcode. If someone's on a keyboard, if you would add these into the comments so that anyone that's watching later, or maybe they didn't have pen and paper, can come back and find it. It is 490121500090. That is the SKU. That is the barcode that is underneath the bottom where the cashier scanned. I'll give it to you again. 490121500090. Thank you, Sonja. And that again, Made by Design from Target. It's called the extra large bin with handle. The color is frosted. They were $7 yesterday. Don't know how much they are today, but I picked up 3 of these. I may end up going back to get 1 or 2 more online, or maybe tomorrow, because I'm going to actually not work from home tomorrow. I'm going to go into the office. I may check the other Target store close to my office and maybe pick up a couple more. Here's my thing. I may pick up another 3 or 4. I don't think I need that many, but as I'm organizing, I may figure out another use for these, and I would rather make one trip back to the store to return what I don't need than 55 trips back all over the city trying to find one that I need. So that's my logic. They're not very expensive. I bought 3 of these. So as you can tell, tax and all, I am I'm still, you know, right at about $60 in with the bins that I bought from Amazon, plus these, plus the dollar rack from the Dollar Tree for my straps. And this one was a repurpose that I'd already purchased. This money was already spent, so I'm not even counting this one, but I think it was like maybe $2 or $3 from IKEA. Maybe. Just because it was going to be in my kitchen with aprons on it. All right, so we are in the home stretch. And what I will say about number 5 is, before I go into number 5, is I want to give credit to some of my tribe sisters before I give you tip number 5. That'll also give you a chance if you are searching on like target.com, or if you are watching now from the car because you're trying to get the Dollar Tree in your area before they close. I'm just going to shout out to some of my tribe sisters and their contributions to me personally along this journey of organization, before I go back and give you the 5th tip for tonight, because I think the 5th one is probably going to blow your mind. It blew mine. It blew mine. All right, so the very first shout out, the biggest thank you of all, goes to my tribe sister, Valerie. My ATL tribe sister, Valerie. Because Valerie has her organization on point. She has shared with some of us her organization. I'm not going into any of that because I've said a couple times throughout the night, organization is a personal thing. So regardless of what your size collection is, or whether you are organizing in a little space or no closet or on shelves, or whether you have a warehouse organized and designed for your handbags, or whether you are like me and many of my tribe sisters that live in reality and you have limited space in your house, or maybe you are sharing space with other people and you need realistic storage. Valerie's storage is on point. It is second to none. None. Do you hear me? Second to none. And seeing her organization and how she has curated literally her closet so that she knows where her accessories are that go with which bags. It has absolutely been an inspiration to me from the very first time we met for the Atlanta meet and greet. See, everything doesn't get broadcast. Not every story, not every picture gets shown or told. So if you have had an opportunity to do one of these events or activities or connect with somebody and you miss that opportunity, then that's on you. We can't force you. We just present those opportunities. But what I will tell you is that Valerie is the queen when it comes to organization. And I just want to say thank you to her, because she has, in many conversations over the last 12 months, she has encouraged me to find a solution that works for me in my space, on my budget, and to be happy with my collection. So I just want to say thank you to Valerie, because I'm there. I haven't figured out my bags yet. I have an idea for my bags, but I haven't spent the money yet. But I figure if I can get all of these other things aligned first, then I'll have some, what I'm going to call, real money to spend on the organization for my bags. So the first shout out is to Valerie. The second shout out I have is to my tribe sister, Mocha Cream. Mocha is on the West Coast. We text like during the week. We really only have a chance to talk on the weekends because of the time difference. But when I think about um, someone that I have not yet met in person, but that we talk and text and share all the time. And the fact that she was like, well, let me just share with you with what I've done. Let me, this is what I've done. Let me send you a picture. I absolutely love that because that is what this community is about. It's supporting other women. It's a judgment free zone. Well, y'all might have been having the chat tonight. I don't know. But I like to think nobody is saying, oh, she didn't spend but $1 to organize her straps. Damn right. I spent $1 to organize my straps. If you decide you want to spend more to organize your straps, then have at it. There is no judgment here. I am simply sharing with you what I have done. And I appreciate my tribe sister, Mocha Cream, because she freely and openly shares that. And when I'm looking for something or I need to know whether or not the stores on the West Coast, she will be like, hey, well, I'm going to the outlets this weekend. I will send you pictures. We can video chat. She is just open about sharing of her time and her resources. So I appreciate her sharing how she utilized her over the door hooks and stuff to get organized, because not everybody is willing to do that. Some people are like, well, that's my idea, I'm not gonna share, I'm not gonna tell. Look, it's gonna all look different in the end anyway. We all working with different spaces and bags and collections. So I just appreciate Mocha Cream for sharing what she has done so far. Then my tribe sisters says what and the military mom, because when I saw their shelving, I was like, all right, DA, you got to get it together. These ladies have quietly been on the move organizing their collections and seeing all of that gorgeous eye candy behind them and how they've organized their bags. I mean, their totes are in one way and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? I am not going to be sitting New Year's Eve 2019 the way that I was New Year's Eve 2018, telling myself that this is going to be the year I'm going to organize. I'm going to get my accessories together. I'm going to enjoy my collection. I'm going to curate my closet. It's getting close to that again. So I appreciate those ladies for sharing the work that they have done to get their collections organized out so that they can see them and enjoy them, and so that it serves as the backdrop, because there are plenty of videos where I hear you and I see what you're showing, but I'm on the screen like this, like what bag is that? What color is that? Because Sus has a bag in the background. I think it's a Colleen. I need to know, is that leaf? Is it grass? Is it some other color? Because I'm trying to figure out if I want to pull the trigger on the grass leisure shopper. So I need Sus to tell me whether or not that works. So Sus, what, and military mom, thank you for sharing your organization with all of us. You have both inspired me to get my collection together, at least to get started. Now, Brina, 1971. I don't usually shout out Brina because I haven't been able to successfully convince her to start a channel. But I do occasionally talk about Brina because she is my other ATL tribe sister. And 2020 is going to be the year for Sabrina to start her channel. Can I get an amen in the chat? 2020 is going to be the year that Miss Brina 1971 starts starts her channel. And I know all of you would support it. So if I could just get an amen from those people that would go over and support a channel from Miss Sabrina, I would appreciate it, because I need reinforcements, because it's taking me a long time to convince her to come to step off the ledge. But here's the reason Sabrina is on the shout out list tonight. Brina is on the list because, and I'm going to remind her, so I'm going to throw a little shade for a minute, but I love you, Sabrina. So Brina and I, at the end of last year, we said we were going to curate our closet. We needed to accessorize. I came up with the brilliant idea of, hey, at the end of first quarter, I'm going to see if she remembers this. At the end of first quarter, let's meet up and do a $100 organization challenge. We're going to film it. We're going to go to IKEA and Ross, and we're going to the Container Store. We're going to to the organization aisles at Home Depot and Lowe's. We're going to Walmart. Let's just see what we can come up with to organize. And I thought that maybe that would kind of push her, but I was gonna, film it. She's already been on camera. Y'all already seen her. You know who she is. So, I thought she's already out there. Well, I don't know whether Sabrina said, forget you, DA, or it was taking me too long. But Sabrina, one Saturday morning at the crack of dawn, after going to get her hair done, she was organizing bags and sending pictures and asking what bags we have stored flat versus which are on shelves. And she was like, I got to get my guest room back together in case I actually have guests that come. Because right now, I guess I'd have to put them in a hotel because this space is for my bags. So, although we never ventured down the $100 storage solution challenge for our bags and accessories, I want to give Brina a shout out because she didn't wait. She got started. She woke up, I guess, like Sus What did, like Military Mom did, like Valerie did, and like I somewhat did, and said, enough is enough. I'm getting organization in here today. And she started working on her organization. Now, I know she wants to nail me to the cross today because I've been sharing pictures about how I've been organizing. And I don't know whether she's feeling relieved because there are ideas or stressed because it's going to cost some more money to organize. I don't know what that is, but I love you, Sabrina. And I appreciate the fact that you didn't wait on me, because you would be 9 months in, that you took the step out and said, I got to do something about my space today. The next person is Carmen Hawkins, because y'all, Carmen's space stays neat and organized, and she got her bags sitting in the background, and they change out, and they remind me periodically of bags that I have in my collection, and it makes me pull stuff out. And I love the fact that she decided she was going to do a color theme to her Diva Den, to her Dooney Vault, to her handbag room, that she decided she wanted Tiffany blue, and that was going to be her color. So when I said, earlier about the $1 solution, if the white one from the Dollar Tree doesn't work for you, don't give yourself gray hairs trying to find a Tiffany blue one. Go get you some spray paint, get your spray on, and throw it over the door so that you have that solution in place. So I appreciate Carmen's space. And Carmen, I know your room is probably just like mine. What you see behind the camera is way different from what's on the other side of that screen. And that's okay. That's why we only film this area, because what's behind the screen is personal. That is very personal. Now, to my tribe sister DJ King, all I'm gonna say is I'm saying thank you to DJ King, because she was this weekend what I have been all along, and that was overwhelmed with bags and accessories. And oh my God, where do I get started? If I pull one thing out, is it going to cause an avalanche of all of these other things to come out? Am I going to end up, with a project on my hands that I did not intend to venture down? So I'm shouting out that doggone DJ King, because she took the step today, as we've been talking about solutions, as we've been sharing tips, as we have been in and out of stores, as we've been snapping what works and what doesn't. She finally took the plunge and said, I am just going to get started. And once you get started, you feel like, oh, I got started. And you feel good about that one little area, that one little space. And then you look around and there's other chaos around it. But for taking the first step and just getting started, I want to shout out that doggone DJ King, because she took this weekend the first step, which is the hardest step to purse organization, which is getting up, finding something that will work, and coming home and immediately start organizing. My next one is Sonja Covington. And I'm going to shout out Sonja Covington because Sonja started on her purse room, and then My Pursuit of Happiness shared in her story, Sonja had little people that are no longer little people that many of you called your children. They came home from college for the summer. They came home for spring break. They came home at Christmas time. And they threw a monkey wrench in the middle of her the beginning of her journey to get organized, right? Because people need to sleep in beds and rooms, and they start moving your stuff around. But she was committed to, when these people leave, I love them, but when they leave, I am reclaiming my space. I pay bills in this house. I feed people. I'm there for people. I deserve to have a corner in this house that is just for me. And I would say that to all of you. You deserve, whether it's your boyfriend, your husband, or whoever, they have their man caves, they have the garages, they have storage sheds and buildings. They have their own space. They have theirs. It's okay for you to claim a little piece of paradise in your own house. It's okay for you to do that. So I compliment Sonja that the fact that she kept putting her plan together of what she was going to do. She's picked her paint color. She's picked out what she wants to do with her organization, and she's working on that because she has reclaimed that space and is working to pull her organization together. The other thing that I want to thank my tribe sister Sonja for is that in the wee hours of the night, when both of us seem to forget that we have jobs that we have to get up and go to the next morning, we talk through things that we've seen like on Pinterest or idea boards, and we talk about what will or won't work for our space. We talk about what will and won't work for our bags and our accessories, and that it works. And I appreciate having somebody to bounce those things off of, because it helps you to get your ideas together on, well, okay, well, if that solution won't work for me, what other ideas do I have that may work better for me? I want to give a huge shout out as well to my tribe sister, My Pursuit of Happiness, because she has her bookshelves, she swaps out her bags, she has her color stories, she puts things there to make sure it's what she wants so that she can decide whether or not it's going to be a keeper or whether it's something she wants to sell or return. She has claimed her space. That's not all her bags. She got bags stored other places, but there is a little piece of eye candy heaven in her space that I believe she keeps, so that you have bags, right? So that you can swap them out. They don't end up all over the house with little hands and other people, bothering your stuff. She has a center where, hey, I don't need everything out, but these are the bags that this season or right now, this is what I want to carry. And she utilizes that space. And I commend her because there was a point in time when I had one bookcase and all of my bags, my entire collection fit in there. And just like Ivana, you outgrow that and you end up with, doing other things with your storage. But I love the fact that there is one center of eye candy. Like, on Sunday nights right before she goes to bed, I imagine she looks over at the bags that she has on display and feels a little bit better about setting the alarm clock to get up on Monday morning, right? Because I can see just a little bit of what I've worked for, and these are the things that I enjoy. And then there is Mrs. Q, because Mrs. Q has sent numerous pictures. She has mailed accessories and bags from hither to there for not only me but for the tribe. She keeps an eye out for unique things. She continues to tell us when there are the best deals and sales, and that works because if you are focused on curating your closet and focused on buying accessories, every group needs somebody that's going to tell you how to stretch your dollars by being able to take advantage of a sale so that you really can buy more or save more, depending on how you look at that. So I appreciate my tribe sister, Mrs. Q, for keeping me honest when it comes to sales. And I know I've paid full price for some bags. I know I have. But I do appreciate being able to know when there's a sale, because sometimes when I'm sitting at the airport or whatever, I may not be focused on what is in my personal email inbox. So I appreciate having one space, one time to be able to focus on what's on sale so that I can go search for what I'm looking for. And last but not least for tonight, and I've not forgotten, I know I got to get back to tip number 5, is Miss Kimberly Mines. And I saved her for last because Kimberly Mines rolls into tip number 5 about organization. And I know as soon as I say this, she is going to say, blasphemy, I did not inspire that. But I'm going to tell you why. Kim has a pouch collection that makes me drool. She does. Kim has been collecting pouches and accessories for years. And when you go over and check out her Instagram, you will be able to see some of the gorgeous pieces that she has picked up. Not all of them are designer pieces. She has picked up pieces that she likes, that she enjoys, that serve a purpose in her collection. And that is some major inspiration. So if you have not checked out Kimberly Mines on Instagram, as well as subscribe to her channel, I'm going to ask that you do that. So let me move into number 5, because Kim is the reason, and Miss Sonja Covington, these ladies are the reason that I had to step up my accessory game, because my accessory game was weak. I'm calling it weak, because I was just like a man when it came to my accessories. Once I found a wallet that works, and I knew where my license was and where my credit card was supposed to be and where my checkbook, it worked perfectly for me. I would move that one from bag to bag to bag to bag. But then we all met up at the shopping and shots event, our very first meetup. And after that, we all started sharing pictures of what our accessories were and bag of the day with the coordinating pieces. And I was like, I can't share any pictures because I'm using a black wallet for everything because I don't have an issue with black accessories. So I had to get my stuff together. And that is the reason this year was focused on accessories. But today, for tip number 5, and y'all, I'm just saying, if when I say this, your first reaction is sip and cuss, like you don't understand where I'm going with this, I'm okay with you responding in the comments, cuss until you understand where I'm going with this. But tip number 5 is stop buying accessories. Anybody cussing right now? Cuss. We talking about getting organized. Stop buying accessories. I'm not saying, or am I saying stop forever? I'm not saying stop forever. I'm saying stop buying accessories for now. And here's why. Figure out what you have first. All right? However you decide to organize them, I don't care whether you decide you're going to organize them in grocery store bags to figure out what you have. Figure out what you have first. Then figure out where you have gaps in your collection so that when you are shopping, you know what color you're looking for. You know when something really stands out that you need in your collection. You know when it's more of the same thing you have. Stop buying accessories until you get some resemblance of organization. And then, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go into every nook, corner, closet, cranny, drawer, in your house, in your storage space, wherever you may have a stray bag or accessory, wherever you store your cosmetics, and I want you to start pulling out those little pouches and things that you have accumulated, because those color stories will help you figure out, when you find those pieces, they will help you figure out where you still have gaps in your collection. Because when you see the pouches and pictures on the ladies' Instagram pages, not all of those came from Coach, Michael Kors, MCM, LV. Some of them came from Target. Some of them came from Brighton. Some of them came from CVS or Walgreens. But it was a pouch that they liked. There was a purpose for it in their collection. So here's what I want you to do. How many of you have made cosmetic purchases and it comes with a gift with purchase, or it comes with a little cosmetic bag? You probably are like me. You have little bags like this random all over the house. This one is actually from MAC. And it was actually a bag. It came with makeup brushes one year at Christmas time. Y'all, I have a a gold and silver color story that I have built with my accessories. DJ King, you have this one? So, here's the thing. Do I really need to go and spend all of my time looking for another little pouch that has, it could be used as a pencil case. My phone fits in here. I could use it as a catch-all. I could use it as a wallet if I needed to. I could use it as a clutch because y'all know my clutch game is is tight. You know, clutch life. We talked about that on Memorial Day. If you don't get that joke, go back and watch that. But find these kinds of things because you have plenty of them all over your house and throw them in with your accessories and start utilizing them. Whether you are buying makeup brushes, whether it is, this could double as a little coin case. This was also a Mac Summer little thing that I got a couple years back for lip glosses. But this would be like a perfect little black and white, or throw it in with red accessories or black accessories, throw some coins in it, or lip gloss, or your little hand sanitizer. You can use it for little things in your bag. We all have tons of this crap. I give away bags and bags of this kind of stuff that I accumulate throughout the year, and I give them to my little cousins, but I keep the ones that I think I'm going to love the most, and I should utilize them. How about, I got this little Essence pouch years ago. Excuse me. How about, I'm going to throw this in here and maybe I'll use it because it will work as a cosmetic. It'll work as a catch-all. Y'all, it'll work with my little salmon colored beacon card case, my red one. I've got a white one. It'll go with black. Find these kinds of things and put them in with your color stories. Excuse me, so that when you are looking for accessories, you have plenty of options and you can enjoy what you have. I've got a few more I'm going to share with you because I know I'm not the only person that has this kind of stuff laying around everywhere. How about Sephora? They are forever. There's a, oh, did I miss it? No, okay. There is a Sephora VIB Rouge event coming up for the holiday season. And you get all kinds of little pouches and bags and stuff. You got plenty of these kinds of things. I think I got this years ago. I don't even know what. I think I was using it for a while as like a little sewing kit in my purse. I don't know why. But I had like needle, thread, extra little buttons. I don't know why, but that's what this was used for at one point in time in my bag. But now I have silver accessories. Can you imagine this with my silver lambskin Carrington as like a little catch-all with the Carrington as my wallet? These are the kinds of things that if you just go through, you have plenty of these kinds of things laying all over the house. Here's another one from Sephora where you have plenty. And until you can get organized, I would say don't buy anything else until you can see what you have and get it to a place where you can utilize them. More from Mac, y'all. I got Mac stuff coming out of my everything. So green, I do have a green color story box. I have a red color story box for my accessories. I was just looking. I needed some catch-alls or cosmetic bags. And I'm like, wait a minute. I should have those kinds of things in this house already somewhere. So I started going to the places where I have these kinds of things stored and thought, you know what? When I'm looking for the little design pieces or the little standout, I already have plenty of these things in my collection. How many of you have, hold on, where is it? Because I hope you go to your collection and be like, all right, DA, I got some of those and I just need to pull them out and I'm gonna, uh-oh, did I lose one? Where is it? I can't see it, which means it is, nope, there it is. All right. How many of you remember the neoprene bags from MAC that was a collection one year for Christmas? Or maybe, was it Christmas? No, this was from a Nordstrom exclusive, the Face in a Box kit. Remember these little neoprene bags? And they had a red collection, they had a Bordeaux with a different lipstick in it, and then they had one that I think was like the naturals. I ended up getting all three of those, and I ended up with 3 bags, and they all have colors on the tops of them. So my Bordeaux wine crimson box, this is gonna go in there for my cosmetics. I do need to wipe it down. This one is gonna go perfectly with either red or black. And in true fashion, I have utilized the heck out of the black one. I'm gonna get it wiped up. Black zipper. I don't need to buy any more cosmetic pouches. I found this one that I had used forever and a day. It has gotten really nice and soft, but some kind of way it ended up in the same bin as these. I need to pull this out, put my lipsticks or use it as a catch-all in my wallet, but it's nice, it's deep. Yeah, I had some things that explode. I'm not trying to sell this to anybody. It's mine. Don't judge me. It's mine. It's mine. I wiped it out. Nothing's going to transfer. But you can tell I used it to death, and it's all nice and soft, and it was Croco. So I can add this in with my Bordeaux Crimson Wine Color Story box, and I now have a textured accessory piece that will work in that box so that I don't need to buy another one. I will be able to assess here soon and figure out what I need. When I did the thing from MAC, I got both of them that summer. So black and white, white and black. I've got 2 of them. I could use one as a coin, one for lip glosses. However I decide, I could throw, y'all, I could put one in with the black accessories, one in with the whites, or vice versa. Little coin cases, catch-alls. I don't need anything else. I don't know about this one. I probably should have given this to one of my little cousins, but it's a MAC one as well. I don't know if it's going to stay and survive. It might. It might, just because it's got a little pouch in it. My debit card will fit right there, so maybe I can throw that in with my black stuff or black and white, but it easily wipes down. Do y'all remember these little kiss lock? And it's got a good solid top closure to it. Got a few more for you because I know y'all are like, wait a minute. I bought some brushes. No, this was not for brushes. This was a, what did I get this for? It was either, this is what my brow kit came in when I ordered a brow kit from Makeup Forever. So I could literally take this out and use this as a catch-all or clear, cosmetic bag in any color story. And it is a nice size one. It's not gigantic, so it's going to fit in a bunch of different bags. It would work in my backpack if I wanted to use it for that. But I have this easy to wipe out. It's a little smoky gray, so your eye, well, I don't know. Is it smoky? Yeah, it's a little smoky, but it also looks dark because the back wall is black. So go and find these things before. I mean, I know that there's a sale going on right now at ILD. If you are shopping ILD, do not use the code LOVE. Use the code ILOVE20 because there's a 20% off coupon that is running the same time the LOVE, which is only $25 off of $125. So if you're shopping because you've gotten organized and you know that there are certain things that are missing out of your collection, knock yourself out. But wanted to share that code with you. Here are a couple of others. Y'all, do y'all remember the infamous A5 accessory that I gifted to my sister? because I didn't have it. I wasn't going to use that color. Yeah. I need it back because it will go perfectly with this. It will go perfectly with my Caribbean blue accessories. This will work with steel blue. It's going to work with my greens. It's going to work with calypso. Those I so I might have to go take the plunge again for that one. It has a really bright interior, but it's a nice size. It's kind of pleated on the side. I love it. And you know where I got this from? I bought an Origins eye cream and a face serum. It was some little promotion, and this is the little bag that came with it. And you can see right there, it says Origins. We have 9 zillion of these things around the house. We don't have to have Carringtons for everything, or MK studded pouches for everything, or matching wallets for everything. Go check out my tribe sisters on Instagram and get some accessory inspiration. Carmen, yes, because DJ King sent me some pictures earlier today where Dollar Tree actually has some new pouches that are kind of in the back to school section, but they're lined, and you wouldn't normally find a lined pencil case. So plenty of places where you can find inexpensive accessories to fill in any gaps you may have in your collection. The next is, how many of you remember buying these perfectly plush brush kits from MAC? They had 3 different sets. There was a basic, an intermediate, and an advanced in all did I put that? Okay, here they are. So each box had a different brush set combination in them, but they all came with little different organization pieces to them, right? So these have been sitting in my closet since whichever Christmas these were. Here we are, Christmas time again, and I'll probably buy another travel set of brushes. But I just want to show you what came in. These were intended to be storage, what were they? Storage or cases for your brushes, for your face brushes, for the brush kit. But this is gonna go perfectly with my little jade blue calypso color story. It has a nice zipper. Holding on to my silica package. Y'all know why now. But in here, there's another one. It has a little snap pocket. So I don't know if you want to keep cash in there, if you want to put your cards in here so that you can see what's in there, but it's got a really nice snap, a really nice zipper. You could throw your, does my phone fit in here? My phone, I've got a pop socket on the back, and I think that's what's keeping it from sliding in. But I could get my phone in there. You could throw some cash in here. You could throw your Kleenex in here. You could use this side as pencil or, as a pen pouch. You could throw like your little contact solution kit or whatever in here. But I got, and it's not vinyl, so you can just wipe it out, keep it clean. But I got it in this one because I got 3 different brush sets, remember? I got silica packets everywhere. Here we got this one. I would imagine that whatever, maybe this was the lip kit from that year, and that probably goes together. And then, hang tight, we're almost at the end. I know we've gone long tonight. And here is the other one, which is kind of a peachy, apricot, corally color. You could also use the maybe a natural color in the background if you needed a pop of color of some sort. So you see the different colors there now. All three of them very well made, because Mac does a really nice job, particularly during when they do these kinds of things. They do them so that you really get some use and longevity out of them. But repurpose some of the things that you already have in your collection. And then, now these the last two. Yes, I've got more silica packets down here. But also from Mac, y'all can tell I have a lot of solids, I think, in my in my accessory collection, and being able to go through and pull out some of this stuff tonight for the pops that you'll see in other, on Instagram, I was able to kind of, justify not pulling the trigger on a few things this weekend while I focused on organizing. Is Suz what still here? Suz, are you here? I need Suz. Suz, are you here? Is she still here? Because when I remembered that I had these, as my grandmother would have said, I about had a conniption. I almost had a conniption because I remembered that one year when I purchased holiday sets from Mac, they came with these adorable little tartan pouches that actually had a strap with them. Y'all can tell I hadn't even, we'll slide that back on there. But they have this little hardware front and back, little bedazzle, little jewel. I mean, the tartan in different colors and stuff where you can pull and make whatever color story you want. And it came with a little strap. So if I decided that I wanted a little tartan crossbody for the winter, I have it, but likely it will end up being a catch-all in a bag, or it will end up being a wallet in a bag, so that I can, with all of these different multicolors, I can utilize this and get far more use of it as an accessory than I would likely as carrying it as a small crossbody. But it also gives me another strap to add to the back of the door. So I got this one. I thought there was a third one. I couldn't seem to find it. But here is the other one. Different size. Comes with its own strap. You see the hardware here and here. But the green is kind of consistent. I don't know if you can do tartan and not have it. It's got the MAC seal here on the front. But I had, matter of fact, the bag that I pulled all of this out of is a bag from MAC that I use. It's a neoprene one that I bought, and I use it for travel because it has two ginormous pockets on it. Perfect shoulder strap. Have no issues with it going over my arm. And it has the neoprene. So whenever those other neoprene pouches came out, this was also a bag option. And I bought it. And it is amazing. So I don't know whether it's for you, whether it's philosophy, because I have a bag up there for philosophy. I've got tons of these things everywhere. So those are my 5 tips. The last one is stop buying accessories. Go find all the little pouches and stuff, little bags that you have from here and there. Corral them all together as you are organizing and building your color stories. And then and only then, once you see where there are gaps in your collection, then you can make strategic purchases around what you need to add to your collection, instead of kind of mindlessly spending money or laying in the bed late on a Friday night or an early Saturday morning and just buying things because they are on sale. Once you see what you have, you will start to think about your purchases. You will start to think about your color stories very differently. 5 tips None of these may work for you. You may find one or two that work for you and they don't, or you may just say, you know what, this is what we do on Sunday evenings. However it works out for you, these right now are the 5 tips that I have for taking the first steps towards organizing your accessories and purse straps so that you do not end 2019 the way we ended 2018, which is not knowing what we have and not being able to find the things that we have already acquired into our collections. So that is all I have tonight. Thank you so very much for hanging in with me. I know that this was a very long live stream. I would apologize, but you know what? I just decided it wasn't. I didn't think it was enough to spread out over 5 weeks and to give you one tip. So the 5 tips that I have been working off of this weekend, you now have. Go forth and investigate your collection and find things that will work for you. I do hope that you have enjoyed the conversation with each other tonight, sharing tips and organization, and kind of going back down memory lane with some of the randomness that I have pulled out. And whatever you do, taking the very first step is the hardest thing. Find something easy that you can organize and get started there. And once you get that done, you'll start kind of feeling yourself and you will be more inclined to find one more thing in your collection that you can organize. So make sure that you go over and check out everyone's Instagram so that you can get inspiration for your pouches and your color stories. Check out, I have a list in my Amazon store. Sonja posted the link earlier, so you'll have to scroll back up. But there are lots of different things that I am using or have recently started using from an organization standpoint. There is a spiral like staircase wrought iron storage rack in there. I am looking at that right now. It has bags all over this. If you were a mom with like multiple kids and they are all like grabbing on your arms and on your feet and reaching and wanting you to pick them up, that kind of is what that rack looks like right now, because it has bags of all kinds of different sizes and stuff all over it. But that's there. The storage bins that I'm using for my color stories, that's there. Some of the stuff that I use to maintain my bags, it's there. Use it for inspiration. That's where I'm corralling my ideas. Would love for you to make the purchase from my store, but hey, if it doesn't work for you, I'm okay with that. That's not what I'm here for. So thank you so very much for watching. I hope that you all have an amazing and productive week, that you carve out some time this week to think about how you will best organize, and that if you do not have a corner in your house that is just for you, I'm going to encourage you to claim some space that is just for you. And if your husband, your boyfriend, your live-in tells you that's what the kitchen is for, please let me know when the memorial service is. I'd like to send you a flower after you kill him. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, I do hope that you find something that feeds your addiction. Take care.